Okay, I'm just coming from Alistree, so 7 minutes.
Across Britain, emergency services attend more than 25,000 serious or fatal accidents on our roads every year.
Just en route to an RTC. It's a car versus tree.
In Derby, it's just after 4:30 p.m. Traffic cop Ollie Priddle is racing to a bad crash on the city's ring road.
The initial report is that the car has crashed into the tree and then set on fire. We've just got some officers who've just gone on scene in the last minute. They're asking for more units to attend. There's a large crowd is gathering.
Crossing vehicle is not on fire now.
Yeah, 24. Have we any idea the extent of any injuries yet?
Not as yet. Paramedic at the scene saying not very good and more to follow.
We go to a lot of fatal collisions and more serious incidents, and they certainly do make you take a bit of a breath and can certainly stop you in your tracks sometimes.
Yeah, from Oscar Tango 37, just arrived on scene. It's not looking good at the minute, and there's debris on the other side of the carriageway, so we can have the road closed on both directions.
Yes, sir.
The name itself and whiskey, like.
As the paramedics and fire service fight to save the critically injured driver,
So you've got that pick.
it's up to Ollie and traffic cop Jason Graves to take charge of the scene.
That car was pretty much annihilated. The damage was just phenomenal. You looked at it and thought, nobody's going to survive that.
At the minute, it's looking life-threatening, so we'll be doing a full collision investigation, forensic investigation on the road and the vehicles, so still very much a live situation. We'll have CIs out, please. Still working on the mail. Not hopeful.
It was a particularly difficult incident to manage because it happened in the middle of the ring road with dozens and dozens of people who come out to have a look and see what's happening.
We need as many units as we can from section here because we've got loads of people gathering. Could everybody go away? There's no need for you to be here. Go away!
Got so many elements there that make for it to be a difficult incident.
In an area like this, you're just going to get hundreds of people out and, you know, no one needs to see this. Right, everybody that way, please. Everybody that way. That way, as I've just said. That way, quickly.
As the crowds disperse, there's news on the casualty's condition.
All right, yeah, that's no problem. We'll get somebody to sort it. It's just been confirmed that it's fatal, so the gentleman who was driving it has died.
When someone's pronounced dead in front of you, you do think, well, 5 minutes ago that person wasn't dead. It's a bit of a surreal experience, really, because that's not something that most people will go through.
And hey, if you just give me his name and date of birth again, I'll run him through the DVLA database and I should be able to get a photo.
It's now up to Ollie to confirm the identity of the driver.
See if it's him.
How old?
Yeah. Sorry?
How old is he?
23.
Unfortunately, me and Ollie now have got the unenviable task of going to tell his parents.
Everybody wants answers. We have to prepare a file for the coroner. The coroner wants to know what the cause was so he can certify death and issue a death certificate. And families want answers.
What we're at now is obviously it's a full forensic investigation. We'll go into what happened. We're still not 100% certain what direction he was travelling in. The vehicle's so badly damaged. We haven't worked that out yet.
As Ollie and Jason prepare to inform the next of kin,
You happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do it by myself, but we should do it.
Yeah.
Crash Detective Sergeant Scott Riley has arrived on scene to lead the investigation.
My first impressions of this one was I don't think I've ever seen a car so badly damaged in all of my career.
Witness details wise, what have we got?
Nobody has identified. No,
DS Riley's job now is to understand why the vehicle has come off the road with such devastating results.
A lot of people have pulled up afterwards, but I'm not sure that anybody actually saw it.
The impact of the collision was at such a volume that the residents that were watching telly in the houses heard the bang.
There's no intimation that there's any other vehicles involved or anything like that? Nobody said anything like that at all.
And the only way we can work out what has happened is to start getting to the houses and identifying any CCTV.
It needs to be documented which houses we've knocked on, and we need to just ascertain if they've got CCTV which covers the road. Got a good view of it, give us a shout up and I'll get the collision investigators to come and have a quick look at it.
We just need that one piece of footage that could change the dynamics of the investigation quite substantially.
Your colleagues are doing the other side, so hopefully by the end of sort of an hour or so we'll have a picture of what we've got.
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
With no witnesses to the collision, CCTV and debris at the roadside are now crucial to working out a possible cause.
Some damage to the wheel and tyre where the vehicle's left the road and it struck the curb. That's obviously scraped all the alloy off when it's done that.
To assist DS Riley, forensic collision investigator Gary Wilson has arrived.
And the forensic collision investigator will try and establish what speed that vehicle was doing. They'll be able to tell us whether there's been braking input. If there's no braking input, does that mean that somebody's had a medical episode at the wheel? Basically, they're unconscious at the point of impact.
When something is projected, if you throw a ball, you have to throw it at a certain speed for it to get to where you want it to go. So we know how far that headlight's gone, so we can then calculate how fast it had to be projected from that vehicle for it to be projected this far.
The only thing that's concerning me a bit, is there a reason that he's going at that speed?
We were aware that speed may be an issue, but why?
Is he being chased by somebody? Is he fled him from somebody? I don't know.
Have we got any witnesses that have seen the collision? Or have we just come across it?
Yeah, nobody. We'll hopefully get a bit of CCTV.
If we can find some CCTV, even if somebody can just view it here, and we can establish if he's on his own or if he is in convoy with another vehicle or with another vehicle, we can bottom that inquiry quickly.
Nobody said that at the time, have they?
No.
But we've got 3 officers coming up from Pear Tree to do that for us.
Yep.
So we'll crack on.
Hopefully we can get something.
Coming up,
There's the engine.
there's a breakthrough in the crash investigation.
They've got it on the CCTV.
They've got the collision. As soon as we get recovery, then we'll get that.
And a missing driver.
Stop now! Yeah, he's still running towards the industrial estate.
Is caught in the firing line.
Stop now! Chase it!
In Derby,
There's no need for you to be here. Go away!
a 23-year-old male has tragically died after a head-on smash into a tree alongside the city's ring road. 3 hours after the accident,
I'll come round that side now, mate. I think.
crash investigators still have the scene in lockdown.
We have had a member of the public approach us and say that they saw the vehicle travelling at a high rate of speed prior to the accident.
Detective Sergeant Scott Riley is searching for evidence of how and why the collision occurred.
Just come back, they've got it on CCTV.
They've got the collision?
They're going to be up for another hour.
Right.
Someone thinks it can go around.
So they've just approached us?
Yes, they've just come back.
Oh, brilliant.
They've not been in, they've just come back in, they've had a look and they've gone there.
Okay, right, as soon as we get recovery then we'll get round and get that sorted. Cheers for that, mate.
As the recovery process begins, the devastation of the crash becomes even more apparent.
There's the engine. Oh, just hold it there a second.
The car was split from the very front all the way to the boot. and you could physically see the floor pan had come up and split apart. And I've just never seen that before.
Very sad for the driver's family. It's just tragic. From the damage on that vehicle, it just gives you an indication of what sort of speed the driver's potentially doing. We've got the witness that's come forward that said he's driving at excess speed. They're saying that they've heard the driver prior to it passing and it's extremely fast. And then from the 3 bits of CCTV leading up to the collision and the collision, they'll be able to get a speed, and it's all information that, very sadly, it's ultimately looking at going for a coroner's file. But that's important to give the family answers as to why this collision's happened. It's just a very tragic case for the family and for the residents.
With the wreckage recovered for further forensic examination, crash investigator Gary Wilson surveys the scene.
It's certainly come up the dual carriageway, which has a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit, and for some reason appears to have lost control on this bend and collided with the tree. We're just going to cover the whole scene with the laser scanner, which records everything in 3D. Once we've processed the scan on the computer, it gives us a full 3D recreation of the whole scene, which we can view from any point within it. We can look at anything from any angle, above, below, up the road, down the road, anywhere we want to. And it allows us to take any measurements we want. So instead of having to measure everything here, which on a longish scene like this can take a while, we scan it and then we can measure things virtually on the computer at a later time. I can't see anything else that could go.
Computer modelling and CCTV will now be the key to calculating how fast the driver's speed was prior to the accident.
You only get one opportunity to deal with the scene. So you've literally got to think of every question that's going to be asked when you are either at coroner's court or a criminal court. Why would somebody be doing that speed on a road that they arguably know? Why have they lost control on what is arguably not a corner that would cause anybody any issues?
At Ripley Police Station, PC Wilson is able to begin piecing together exactly what's happened.
This footage was taken about 250 odd metres down the road from where the collision occurred. And then from using this, we were able to calculate the speed for the Volvo at this point on the road. We know the distance between the building line and the tree is 13.54 metres. It took the Volvo 13 frames to pass between those 2 points and cover that distance. And at 25 frames a second, that means it would have taken it 0.52 seconds to cover that distance. So at that point, the average speed of the Volvo, it was 58 miles per hour. It's a 40-mile-an-hour limit on that stretch of road. The actual collision itself was captured on CCTV from a house opposite. That's the footage just going through. It's certainly the most significant impact I've seen on video since doing this job. The way it decelerates to the trees, even frame by frame, is quite shocking. There's no give at all in the tree, and the Volvo essentially disintegrates upon hitting the tree. I'll say I've seen this many times because of the calculations, the work we have to do around it, and I don't think I'll ever get used to seeing it. And the calculations show at that point the vehicle was travelling at around 74 miles an hour. Once again, the speed limit for the road is 40 miles an hour.
Gary's survey of the scene also provides further evidence of how the crash occurred.
We know from the CCTV the vehicle's travelled along Warwick Avenue in lane 2. And the blue line represents where the near side wheels of the Volvo are likely to be for a motorist that's travelling normally in lane 2. And you can see as the road bends round to the right, the blue line, if that was to carry straight on, continues straight on to where the vehicle left the road, which, as I say, strongly suggests that there's been no steering input by the driver as he's entered the bend. Time for it to to go horribly wrong. From leaving the road there, travelling across the grass verge to the tree, that would have taken around 3/4 of a second. Speed is the overriding factor in this collision, with the distinct possibility that there is, to be fair, an unknown distraction, but it would appear that the driver was distracted by something, because for some reason he's failed to negotiate a relatively gentle right-hand bend. If he was distracted and just missed the apex of the bend when he should have started to turn, he would have become aware of it less than a second later when he's hit the curb. But by then it was a point of no return, unfortunately. Hopefully the work that we do in this office does enable us to be able to provide that information. There may be some solace in knowing definitively what happened and the last moments leading up to the collision, but I don't think anything's really going to make up for the death of a loved one.
Worldwide, road accidents are one of the biggest causes of fatalities amongst young people. And speed is a major factor to the death toll.
20 does appear to be evasive driving, straight over, vehicle to cover, it's coming over to junction, stand by.
In Derby,
To the left turn.
traffic cop Stuart Smith is tailing a young driver in a suspected stolen car.
You're on your way, Alex.
As Stuart keeps an eye on the car,
Yeah, just keep it coming, mate. Just trying to fight my way through traffic.
traffic cop Alex Boniface prepares to give backup in case the driver tries to speed away.
Just doesn't
Green traffic lights.
something doesn't ring right about it, and also the guy's like leaning over trying to stash something in the glove compartment whilst he's driving. So we could do with stopping it and seeing actually what's going on. I'm not sure if it's like linked to drugs or anything like that.
But this time, the dangers of a high-speed pursuit may have been avoided.
Vehicle's pulling into a stop, so stand by. Where I can see there's been a decamp.
As Stuart closes in, the driver isn't hanging around.
Hartington Street, running.
Nearby, traffic cop Jason Potts spots the suspect.
Stop now! Yeah, he's still running towards the industrial estate.
With Jason in a foot chase, Alex races to assist.
And they can get her on mapping, please. I'm not far.
He's now coming over the corner. You're going to get tasered if you don't stop.
Jason's warning doesn't deter the suspect.
Over the back garden. Stop now. Taser. Get over here now. Over here. Get on the floor. Hands behind your head. One detained. Do not move. You will get tasered. Hands behind you. Do not move. Get your hands behind your back. You, my friend, are under arrest. Yeah. You're under arrest on suspicion of theft of a motor vehicle.
With the man under arrest, Jason and Alex head back to where they think the suspect threw a bag away during the foot chase.
Back to where I said he climbed over the fence. He's
with me, mate.
There's like a car park off the road. He threw the black bag into the garden. It's in the tree. Thank you very much. Full of drugs. He needs locking up for possession for now and see what's on the phone, perhaps. So basically, in the bag we have a mobile phone and a bag of cannabis. So he's been arrested on suspicion of theft of that motor vehicle, and now he's obviously got the drugs as well. So I think we'll go and find Stu and see what the plan is.
At the police station in Derby,
You've further been arrested on suspicion of possession of cannabis. Okay. You're still under caution. Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay. Your arrest is necessary for a prompt and effective investigation.
while the suspect is checked into custody.
All right, mate. We'll come down and do a statement in a bit.
Jason and Stuart logged the bag of drugs in as evidence.
Should we go down to that room out the way and do this? Yeah, with every job there's a little bit of paperwork. We won't be dealing with this. It'll be handed over to Derby West. So we just literally bagging our exhibits up, do a quick statement, and then one of our colleagues will pick up the pieces and see it through.
He's driven past Alex, so I want to have a look at Alex's camera and see if he's got a good facial shot. Who's through the window? Probably not though. I've followed him, and then he's gone a bit of a funny loop, and then parked up. And I thought, and you know, because he's got a mask up, I thought, that's not actually that weird. Normally it would be, wouldn't it? But it's not. And he's got out of the car, and he's kind of just casually walked across the road, a gentle jog across the road, but he kind of looked back at me. He's seen my door open, and then he's get his legs, but he's already got 200 metres on me about that point. And I've run to the car, and then at that point I've gone, this bloke's just run off, and you just happen to be bang on it.
As you were saying the description, I could see him, and I just thought, no bloody way, I'm in the right place at the right time. And he turned round and saw me, and as he turned the corner, he did one, and it was literally, I had to make a decision, do I get out, or do I chase him? And I can't chase somebody on foot in a car for very long, because they'll suddenly turn. Yeah. So he climbed over the car at that stage, and I just left the car, and I just run out, and that's...
He covered some distance though.
Yeah.
He'd already covered Port Street, he must have been sprinting.
Probably that was good for me.
Yeah, he'd already had a good 400 or 500 metre run at the point when you saw him. So that was good.
So, cash...
There was no pursuit, so result.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming up.
She's got a child on her lap.
More young lives put at risk.
You've driven that hard over those speed bumps, you've burst your tyre. With a child in a lap, no seatbelt, that upsets me.
And a hunt for a missing driver.
The driver of this vehicle has run off from AME upon arrival.
As another bad smash on Derby's Ring Road.
Passenger's got 2 broken femurs and airway difficulties at the moment.
Leaves a young man in a critical condition.
He's an absolute priority. This man's severely poorly.
Can you believe that?
In Derby, it's just after 3 p.m.
Did you see that? No, I missed it. There's a person driving with their sat-nav there. It's like having a flipping iPad in front of your face.
And a phone in front of them, I believe.
Traffic cop Carl Jackson and local officer Matt Cork are on patrol in Normanton, on the outskirts of the city.
It's quite a densely populated area, lots of terrace houses, small side streets with speed bumps to slow the traffic down. A huge variety of people that live there, basically.
Even though Carl's only been a traffic cop for 4 years, he's already become an expert in spotting danger on the roads.
She's got a child on her lap. He's done one. I just want to stop it and see if these children are secured in this car. Because I'm fairly certain the backseat passenger I could just see a little child's head. And I'm thinking it was on the lap of the woman in the back. This bike's not helping matters.
As they get closer to the Gulf, the driver starts accelerating.
He's done one, hasn't he? No. Dear.
Yeah.
That child on her lap. Excuse me. Excuse me. Come here. Is this your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were sat here, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where was your daughter?
She's in my face. Like literally, she was crying too much. She want to have to feed.
Yeah.
I need to
right.
feed her.
You cannot, under any circumstances, drive a car and be a passenger with a child on your lap?
Sorry.
This is your
Daughter.
You're flesh and blood, yeah?
Yeah.
And if you drive like that and have an accident, I've just seen the way you've driven over them speed bumps, not slowly, right? And you've got a child on the lap in the back.
She was crying, that's why she won't feed.
Mistake, yeah.
Well, she'll cry a lot more if you have a crash, won't she? Or maybe she'll never cry again if you have a crash.
There is only one booster seat in the back of this car, so whether or not she was crying is irrelevant. Which seat was she going to be sat in if she wasn't crying? Because a child of that age should not be in a booster seat.
There is a seat, but literally what happened here, the seat was broken and then...
No. Sorry, mate.
I know you're all very, very sorry, but you've all made the conscious decision to make that journey the way you just have. And you have driven, I can see you trying to get further away from me, and the reason being is you want to get here, so is this your wife?
Yes.
So she can get out the car with the kid and get into a house before I can stop you. So you can say, I don't know what you're on about, officer. That's the idea of what you were just doing, isn't it? Am I right?
Yeah.
I am, aren't I? Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday.
This says how hard you were hitting those speed bumps, mate.
Yeah, this changed today, sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, already today I going now.
Today?
Yeah.
Mate, you've blown your tyre out.
Now,
You've burst your tyre now. Look at it, it's flat. Because you were trying to get away from me. With a child in a lap, no seatbelt, you've driven that hard over those speed bumps, you've burst your tyre. I can see you bouncing down the road.
Like we just have it like MOT.
Yeah.
2-3 days ago, we just literally have it MOT and passed.
Yeah, what's that got to do with how he's just driven?
Sorry. Yeah.
You're responsible for her safety.
Yeah.
And you've shown absolute, complete disregard for that, for your own daughter. That upsets me. It just sickens me that someone would risk the injury to their own flesh and blood. If you look inside this car, there is one car seat, a booster seat, which is designed for children that are taller than and older than 1.5 years old. So that child hasn't even got a car seat in the car. He could be involved in an accident caused by somebody else. If that happens, that child is likely going to be seriously injured or worse, killed. Right, as the driver of this car, you're responsible as the driver for all your passengers. Okay? So I know you're an adult and you've decided to sit your daughter on your lap, but you as the driver are responsible to say, I ain't driving this car anywhere until everybody's properly restrained. If you don't do that, you commit the offence.
Next time it's never ever happen like this.
Please.
We apologise.
No, it won't do. But
Yeah.
you will get some paperwork for what's happened today. You're going to be reported for that offence.
Okay.
You cannot drive like that. It is ridiculous. Children and mum, if you want to go, you can.
Oh, okay.
Back seat. He'll get reported for the offence and then some form of punishment will be dished out to him. But I hope, regardless of the punishment, I hope if I ever see him driving again, all his kids are restrained properly. That's the thing. He needs to learn from it, because I do not want to go to a collision where that poor 1.5-year-old is seriously injured or killed because he can't be bothered to make sure they're all restrained properly. That's what I don't want.
I'm really sorry, but I find it and I want to disappoint you then.
Oh, thank you, sir. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's as a traffic cop, we need to keep the roads safe and the people that use them safe as best we can. And one way of doing that is enforcing the law on restraints on seatbelts and children in cars. And it amazes me that we have to enforce that. I don't understand why parents can't self-enforce the fact that they need to have a child in a car seat. That shouldn't be something that we have to deal with, but unfortunately we deal with it far too often.
Very good.
Every year, hundreds of lives are saved because of car seats and seatbelts, especially when speed has been involved.
We could all be involved in some sort of accident, be it our own fault or somebody else's fault. You don't know what's around the corner. So you need to restrain people in the car.
In Ripley, it's almost 9 p.m. Traffic cop Tom Strachan is on his way to attend another bad smash involving a car and a tree.
And trees aren't very forgiving. They normally come out the window.
The crash has occurred on Derby's Ring Road, just half a mile away from the fatal accident. And yet again, there's a casualty in critical condition.
I've just read the last update. It sounds like driver's gone to the Derby Royal and that the passenger has got some serious injuries initially, or the initial assessment, compromised airway, etc., and some nasty broken bones.
Yes, deceased. State 6, Oscar Tango 1-1. On my arrival, there's fire engines, there's ambulances, there's police cars, just like a sea of blue light. So I know it's a serious collision. All right.
Mate, you all right? Just trying to put the scene on as best we can.
Yeah.
The obvious members of the public here come off the road there, just behind the truck.
Has he been travelling this way?
Yeah, apparently racing is some info that we've got. But they've come down, they took out primary road sign here, so they've hit it at, we're thinking maybe 50 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's come and collided and come to a stop with a tree behind the truck. Passenger's got 2 broken femurs and airway difficulties at the moment.
All right, where have they gone to?
They're here still.
Still here?
On scene. Driver's left, but I've got somebody going with them to go to the hospital at the moment.
Driver obviously going to Derby then?
Yeah, driver's no issues, no problems, no injuries.
Has he been breathalyzed?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
No. It was whisked away fairly quickly, but I've had one speak to him, but that's it.
All right, we need to get him bagged and drugs wiped, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Whilst paramedics fight to save the passenger's life, another traffic unit heads to the hospital to check on the driver.
It looks like he's come down this road here a bit too fast. There was some problems with, there might have been some racing going involved. Need to speak to witnesses about that. Collided with that tree. Obviously ended up there. Look at the passenger seat and the angle it's taken. He's obviously trying to steer out back onto the road, which is putting the passenger side head on really with the tree. We're just going to get an update from the ambulance crew on his condition. I don't know. The injury's been passed yet?
What, for this one?
Yeah.
No, they're still working on him. He's in a bad way, so.
Receiving Oscar Tango 1-1.
Tango 1-1, calling NA.
Yeah, just give a quick update. The passenger, he's broke 2 femurs. He's got huge blood loss, possible pelvis fractures, etc. Yeah, still working on him at the moment.
The passenger is critically ill and needs urgent care from a specialist trauma unit half an hour away in Nottingham.
It wasn't looking too good for the passenger. They had to induce him into a coma to save his life, basically.
Hi mate, sorry to interrupt. Is anyone going with him?
Yeah, there's an officer going to drive one of your cars.
Okay.
Follow to the scene.
Okay, we're going to be there in about 2 minutes. He is an absolute priority. This man's severely poorly. Okay.
All right.
So let's go to QMCED. I don't know if you've got anyone that can stop traffic on the way, have you, maybe? If you haven't, don't worry, but if you have, it'd be nice to have.
I don't mind doing that, that's fine.
You don't mind, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
And receiving Oscar Tango 1-1. Yeah, from ambulance staff, casualty's been stabilised. I've just asked for a police escort to QMC. PC Coke Stakes going to be doing that.
With the ambulance crew en route to Nottingham's Queen's Medical Centre, Tom and crash detectives begin their investigation.
Well, basically it's scene preservation. We'll start looking for CCTV. I think there's a number of witnesses who have seen the cars. So the investigation's on its early days yet. Because an investigating unit arrived on the scene, they measure the roads, do a full scan of the scene, look for any evidence. They can tell us basically what's happened, what speed they were doing.
Meanwhile, at Derby's main hospital, officers have arrived to speak to the driver.
Yeah, Oscar Tango 17, 10-12. The driver of this vehicle has run off from A&E upon arrival. He's apparently left on foot about 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Did you hear that? Has it come over your radio? The driver's ran off?
Was left from, yeah.
I would suspect there's something else involved. Obviously doesn't want us to speak to him tonight. Hopefully he'll hand himself in if he knows what's good for him. It just makes matters worse for him running off now, for whatever reason. Just makes our job a little bit more trickier, but we'll get him.
Coming up,
Yeah.
as police search for the driver, there's some bad news.
He's been through a scan and he's got a head injury. There's a possibility they might not make it.
And the crash investigation becomes a priority for the team.
2 cars racing down Warwick Avenue, so we need to get CCTV, obviously.
It is life-threatening injuries. I've just asked for a police escort.
In Derby,
We're going to be in about 2 minutes. It is an absolute priority. This man's severely poorly.
after a head-on smash with a tree, the passenger of this Toyota has been left fighting for his life, whilst the uninjured driver has run away from hospital.
He's apparently left on foot about 3 or 4 minutes ago from flight arrival.
Hopefully he'll hand himself in if he knows what's good for him.
As local units hunt the missing driver, the investigation is in full swing.
Matt, is it all right to move that car?
Just drop straight off the curb and then
through that way.
Move it round here. There's nothing.
Crash investigator Matt Lacey is on scene to work out how the crash happened and how fast the car was going.
So what we're trying to do here is just use these little markers to identify where the vehicle has gone across the grass, where it doesn't necessarily leave marks. You can just about make out where the grass has been flattened. If you go back to where that officer stood up there, it's pretty much the first point I've been able to identify where the vehicle has struck the curb. So I can plot the course that it's taken as it's come off the bend, goes up the curb and onto the verge, across the hard-standing driveway entrance to that private house, across some more grass area, leading up to the point of impact with the tree. You can see there's a significant scar on the tree showing the level of impact. It's taken some of the outer bark off, but the tree would just, it won't flinch. Unfortunately, in this case, the passenger in this vehicle appears to have taken the brunt of the impact.
We'll start looking for CCTV. I think there's a number of witnesses who have seen the cars. So the investigation's on its early days yet.
So a witness, who was following behind, has first on the scene says the passenger is still in the passenger seat at the time, and he's not belted either. He's not wearing a seatbelt, and that the driver was already out of the vehicle at that point.
5 hours after the crash, one of Derby's busiest roads is almost ready to reopen.
The vehicle that's going to be put under cover and it'll be examined tomorrow or when it's dry. We've got the airbags that's been deployed from the steering wheel. Obviously, when that gets deployed, it hits your face. You leave DNA on the airbag. Just evidence that he was driving at that time.
Whilst the evidence has mounted against the driver, the passenger's condition has worsened.
He's been through a scan and he's got a head injury. And unfortunately it's not looking too good for him. There's a possibility they might not make it. So it's just a case of waiting throughout the night and get updates on his condition. We haven't heard from the driver yet, but we'll find him.
Just as Tom leaves the scene, some news comes in regarding the missing driver.
This is the last entry on incident 1250 Oxford 71 with the male driver outside St Mary's Wharf.
We just heard on the radio that the driver from that collision has turned up at St Mary's Wharf police station. I think his conscience has got the better of him. If it was my friend that had nearly killed, I'd be handing myself in. We'll just need to see what happens next. He'll obviously be arrested and dealt with. We'll just go through the procedure.
Last year, more than 650 deaths and serious injuries were attributed to dangerous driving across England and Wales.
What you do learn from going to these scenes is that within a second, it can all be taken away from you.
Facing such tragic events is never easy. and all too often involves the young and inexperienced.
Dealing with the families and the people involved and the devastation around the collision itself, I certainly think that stays with you.
In this episode, with the case of the Toyota driver who crashed at speed into a tree, leaving a passenger in a critical condition. After an extensive search for CCTV and survey analysis, crash investigators calculated that the driver was travelling at least double the 40-mile-an-hour speed limit prior to the crash. Police could not find any evidence to support the allegations made by an eyewitness that the driver was racing. His passenger suffered a life-changing injury and remains in hospital a year after the collision with the tree.
Possible pelvis fracture.
The driver pleaded guilty to causing serious injury by dangerous driving and is awaiting sentence. He could face up to 5 years in prison and be disqualified from driving for a minimum of 2 years. The police did not find any evidence that the driver was drunk or drugged at the time of the crash.
Stop now!
The runaway driver, who Jason Potts chased on foot through the back streets of Derby, has been released under investigation for possession of cannabis and theft of a motor vehicle. The car he was driving was confirmed stolen in the West Midlands area.
I'm amazed at what's just happened.
Sorry about that.
Absolutely amazed.
The family man who raced away from Carl Jackson whilst his daughter was sat on his wife's lap was reported for careless driving and driving with a child unrestrained. He is awaiting a court appearance.
You've blown your tyre out.
And could possibly face a fine of up to £500. And after a lengthy investigation into the death of the 23-year-old driver who crashed head-on into a tree on Derby's Ring Road, a coroner was satisfied that neither drink, drugs or distraction were involved in the crash. A verdict of death by road traffic collision was passed.